since majority of investors that bought XRP, and really there wasn't any expectation of funds going up or whatever, that's why they're not continuing it as an unregistered security, or like that they sold an investment vehicle. Welcome back to another week
of Sometimes Crypto.
The unscripted
crypto podcast.
Hey yo, my boy got nervous.
No, I didn't.
Luckily they cut that out.
I was like, whoa.
And he just stayed there.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you guys for joining us again. This lovely podcast, Sometimes Crypto. I have been out for a while, out of the game. Don't know what's going on. William's going to be doing an amazing job today, filling me in.
Yo, I got to say all these things.
On all this lovely news. Right, William?
Correct.
Because William stays in the know. William stays in the know.
You're making a lot of allegations here. I have information. I don't stay in the know.
He's like, I know some stuff. But we got a couple things that we're going to cover today. The one news thing that I saw was
yeah, let me get to the boring stuff first.
Has to do
get into the boring stuff.
It's not boring.
It is. You know why?
It's just not big news.
Okay, go into that because I couldn't tell you how.
It's not boring. DC's Flash is coming to the Web3 experience. They're doing a whole NFT project, and we're gonna cover that. We're gonna cover the big news with the SEC, and some tangent talk after the fact. After that, right?
Something like that.
Some other things,
and yeah,
we talk a little bit about some other movies coming out. If you want, I like movies. Okay, well,
get into it.
Let's get into it. The Flash is going to be coming to the Web3 experience. At least they're calling it the Flash Web3 movie experience. Now, why are they doing that? Do you know why?
Why?
Apparently to recover losses in revenue.
I don't think it's an help for sure.
The movie bombed, apparently.
Which, I don't know why it's bombing. I've had mixed thoughts on it. I haven't seen it, but I've heard the movie is good.
Yeah?
Like, that's what I heard. The movie was good, but it's not doing well.
Have you seen a lot of, like, the DC movies?
Yeah, I thought Batman was great.
Batman was good.
Batman was beautiful.
Okay. I haven't seen it yet.
Aquaman was great.
But the actress got canceled.
What? Yes. For this one, the actor got canceled. I think that's why he's doing so poorly. But
you talking about the Flash or
the Flash?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I forgot his name right now.
I was talking about the actress for Aquaman.
Oh, you're talking about Amber Heard?
Yeah,
they just swapped her out already, though.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, and then the Flash did get canceled. But it was obviously not for the same reason.
He got canceled for different reasons.
As Amber Heard. So the Flash is going to be coming out available as an NFT to purchase on July 18th. So
is there a price on that? Do you know?
Right before this podcast comes out. It's going to be in 4K. It's going to come with special features, art, and apparently some like collectibles with augmented reality. The pricing is going to be based off of different editions. There is going to be the mystery edition. That's going to cost around $35 with 10,000 different pieces available for minting. Then there's a premiere edition with 2,000 pieces coming out to $100. And it comes with one of two digital motion art. Either going to be with Flash or Dark Flash. And a couple other special features. And it looks like the NFT owners will have a special voucher to redeem a DC3 Superpower Pack NFT from the DC marketplace. Now, I guess the reason why they're doing that is because the Flash did so poorly in the box office that they're going to try to market it to a new.
From what I saw, they're going to be down like 200 million though. They're down
200 million.
Yeah,
that's a lot. Let's do some quick maths. 10,000 times 35. Doesn't look like they're gonna be able to make that up.
Yeah, what I saw, they're gonna be down like 200 mil because it cost the movie. The production was like 200 and something, and the box office is only brought in like 200, and then that doesn't include marketing and everything else. If I'm not mistaken, so they're still down all that.
Wow. Yeah, this NFT project looks like it's only gonna generate about 500,000.
No,
if it sells out.
If it sells out and everything else, yeah.
No, I'm sure that there might be some like some type of like aftermarket revenue that they'd be able to make with the trading of those collectibles and rare add-ons that they add to the movie bundles. But essentially, like, yeah, $550,000 in revenues is what, if it sells out. That's about it. That's like a new way of trying to add some value to a movie that they've already created. But The Flash isn't the only movie that I've seen that's been tanking or didn't do really good. The other one that I've heard was the Indiana Jones movie that Disney released.
Yeah, Disney hasn't been doing too hot on a few things.
That's crazy. People are not enjoying some movies.
So the Disney one, the masters are really saying it's more like the woke culture that Disney was going towards is pushing away their audiences.
With Indiana Jones?
I don't know about Indiana Jones. I mean with their movies in general. Like they've had multiple movies just like not do crazy well.
Like Little Mermaid.
Also didn't do crazy well. But I also think that I think part of that is just because they're trying to put to life or revamp old stories that were done already. Like no one's taking big productions are not taking the risk of creating
new stories,
new storylines, new things.
Yeah. They want to build on already existing like, character basis.
Also, I think it's hard to like for cartoons or like comedies and stuff like that to create a new storyline to then make it go off.
Yeah.
Like if you look at it, there's no new movie coming out that had its own new story. It's all like either a reboot, a remake, or something. And the movies that are like that,
live actions.
Yeah, live actions. And the movies that are being like new movies that are coming out are just not doing well. Like if they are new, unless they have a really big name actor or actress or whatever.
Yeah, but the Indiana Jones had like a big.
But it's redone. It's already it's Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Already like
that story's been told essentially.
That is true. Indiana Jones, like who's excited to see another Indiana Jones movie?
For reference, I've never seen an Indiana Jones movie.
No. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've seen any from start to finish. Weekend box office results for Indiana Jones. Let's see. Rotten Tomatoes. $60 million on opening. Which...
Also, it's not just the movie. It's also people may not want to go out to watch movies in theaters.
You think that's the case?
Not the full case, but part of it for sure. That's definitely part of it.
So movies are doing better if they just go on...
Some movies. Because I went to go see Mission Impossible. One, loved the movie.
Okay.
Two, that movie boxed in $250 million for opening weekend.
Really? Another Mission Impossible.
Another Mission Impossible.
Tom Cruise.
And there's another one coming out.
Oh, really?
Mandatory. Like this is a sequel. Well, I mean, there's a sequel coming out because this is only part one. Like it says part one.
Oh, it does it. You know a movie that surprised me? The Spider-Man movie. There's spoilers, I guess.
Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
Spoilers. I'm watching it, but I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I'm watching it. It doesn't matter. You know you can't. I'll still watch it.
I was just surprised the way it ended.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did it end?
Cliffhanger.
Oh.
Like mid-movie. Like the movie was not complete. Not cliffhanger, just more.
There's another part coming out.
Yeah, like there's another part coming out to continue the story.
Yes.
Like it just there's no resolution on this story in this movie.
Makes sense. Well, I found it interesting how they talked about it, and they go and in the first 30 minutes of the movie, they're referring to Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man, how Tom Holland Spider-Man in the Marvel universe is also messing up.
Yeah, they're all connected.
I love that.
Yeah, it's really well done. Really well done.
Another thing I saw. We're on a movie tangent now.
Yeah,
How did we go?
We're talking movies. We're talking movies.
How did we get to movie tangent?
There's no crypto talk. There's movie talk.
This is movie talk right now. I've been rewatching all the Marvel movies. Not chronological order, just watching the ones that jump out to me I want to rewatch. I watched Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
When they're kidnapping, when Romanoff, Captain America, and Falcon are interrogating one of these Hydra agents, because at this point Hydra's Shield is Hydra, and he's like, "Oh, we are investigating big threats," and he referenced Stephen Strange in that movie, and that movie came out 2014.
Okay.
So then I'm like, oh, at this point in time, Stephen Strange, Doctor Strange is already Doctor Strange?
Something.
Right? I'm like, question mark? Mm-hmm. But when I go to chronological order,
Doctor Strange happened after?
Way after. Mm-hmm. So, and then I'm like, okay. Then I started to think, I'm like, makes sense because the car he's driving when he gets in his car accident is the car for that year almost. Mm-hmm. It's a modernized.
They just released, for that car that he was driving in the movie.
Was a recent release. Like, it wasn't 2014, 2015 car. It was a 2019, 2020 car. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of, or whenever that movie came out. Which I think may have been a little, 2018.
Yeah, I don't think it was that late.
I don't think it was that late. 2019 would have been its latest.
Yeah, 2019. Because 2021, 2022 was when the other movie came out.
Yeah. The Doctor Strange 2?
Yeah. Into the
Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah, Multiverse of Madness. But, so what was up with that?
Oh, actually, I take back what I said.
What do you mean?
Doctor Strange was 2016.
2016.
But either way, the car he's driving is of that year. It's not the 20...
But, okay, so the Winter Soldier...
It's 2014.
Came out 2014, correct.
Yeah.
So
still after, and they're already referencing Doctor Strange, and he doesn't have powers yet. Mm-hmm. So that kind of threw me off. That was that kind of thing.
And you weren't able to figure that out?
I still haven't figured it out.
Okay, well, audience, if you know anything about that.
We're sorry we're boring you with our movie talk. I talked about this today.
The thing is, there's a lot of things going on with movies right now.
Yeah.
So next Friday, there's going to be the release of two big movies.
What movie?
Oppenheimer.
Oh, that one.
Christopher Nolan.
That one I heard is going to be crazy.
It's supposed to be watched on IMAX. It's about the nuclear bombs.
Not just any IMAX. Mm-hmm. He made two versions of it. Mm-hmm. He made a version which is regular IMAX, our full widescreen, and then he has a version 2, which I don't remember I think it was a 4:3.
Like the aspect ratio.
It was like a 4th aspect. It was something. It's like a 4:3:1. It's more rectangular. Mm-hmm. And only a specific IMAX can play it.
So yeah,
to fully.
Apparently, depending on the movie theater that you watch it, if it's most likely gonna crop out a big portion of the film.
Yes,
which is wild. So you gotta really be careful.
So no, what I heard was you rather the quality than the nostalgia of it. Mm-hmm. So you rather watch it in a great quality movie theater than watch it in one that gives you nostalgia but doesn't have the highest resolution and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, what's the other movie?
Barbie. Everyone on the internet is talking about how those two movies are coming out the very same time.
Oh yeah. The meme is we're gonna watch Barbie and we're gonna watch Oppenheimer.
Backwards.
Oh, it's backwards.
Yeah. They want to watch Oppenheimer first because Oppenheimer is super crazy,
super dark.
Yeah, dark, and then take a little break, watch Barbie. It's gonna be all fun and happy. But I saw the trailer to the Barbie thing, and because I was watching another movie, the Spider-Man thing, and I was like, this movie looks like there's actually a plot.
Yeah,
it looks like Barbie's leaving the Barbie world and going into the real world, and things happen. And I was like, oh, so it might be. It looks like it might be a decent movie.
There might be something there. Mm-hmm. I still can't get over the fact that Doctor Strange came out 2016.
Oh, really?
That's so wild.
Doctor Strange was a good movie. However, a lot of people did not like the other one.
Oh, Doctor Strange was a great movie.
The
Multiverse of Madness? Yeah, it was different.
Because the thing is, it was mostly a Scarlet Witch movie.
I mean, she's the big bad for that one.
Mm-hmm. And I love how people were surprised about how that went down if they didn't see the WandaVision series.
I'm cool with that.
Because you didn't watch WandaVision.
I didn't watch WandaVision, but I'm cool with that.
Yeah, of course. But you when you were watching the movie, you're like, what?
I wasn't. No.
You just she's bad now.
No, because I know the comics.
Okay.
I know she goes bad.
Okay. So you knew.
I know she gets the dark, but I know this.
Okay.
I'm a nerd.
So who else was it? There's someone else that was watching the movie with us.
I think it was Julio.
Julio. Yeah, that guy.
I think Julio was
like,
enjoy.
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm a nerd, so I kind of knew that was gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I can't wait for Deadpool.
Oh really?
They're gonna have Wolverine in it. Throwback Wolverine with the yellow suit.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's the pictures that came out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Have you heard of anything about this new movie that like they're not showing in a lot of movie theaters, or like there's always like
what movie?
Something about like pedophilia and like child sex trafficking.
What?
Yeah.
No.
I don't remember the name now, but there's like people paying for other people to watch the movie.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you paying someone else to watch the movie?
Because people are like, oh, you need to watch this movie. It's talking about like the sex ring, big multi global coordinated sex ring going on, and the movie theaters are not one. Like there's videos of weird instances going on where firefighters walk into the movie theater to shut down the movie. They turn off the AC for the theaters showing that movie. And what else?
So they're trying not to get sales on it, to not continue.
No, they don't want people watching the movie.
Yeah, they want to get it out the movie theater saying, so if they don't sell tickets, they have an excuse to get rid of it.
The movie theaters, like on the websites, one person was like, oh, the website said that the tickets are completely sold out, but there's space in the movie theater. Like the website itself said that tickets were sold out, and it was so good.
Are we in Conspiracy Corner? So early in the episode?
Let me see what the movie is, because I forgot.
I love that's one of our segments, Conspiracy Corner.
Conspiracy Corner.
It's a great segment to have. And it's on brand because we're into crypto.
Yeah.
I'd like to take this time, since Alex is looking for it. Please like and subscribe. We appreciate the views. We're doing better, more gooder over here. Alex is still doing the Googling. That's our short intermission for now. But you can continue. I can talk to the microphone. I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm good at this. But that's kind of wild.
They say it has something to do with Hollywood.
I mean, that makes sense. Hollywood has always been, child actors have always been abused on. Not abused on like physically. I mean, like they've been taken advantage of. My better word.
So it's called Sound of Freedom. Co-written
Is
by
that movie?
Alejandro Monteverde and stars Jim Caviezel. It's a couple people.
So I'm gonna add to this because I didn't know that was a movie because I had no idea.
But you've heard of it.
I've heard of this.
Sound of Freedom.
There's more conspiracy here. The conspiracy I heard was that Disney owned it. The movie was shopped around. Disney bought it like 4 or 5 years ago and kept it hidden away.
Oh, really?
And then they release it, and then movie theaters don't want to pick it up or don't want to screen it, so they're trying to push it down. And then immediately Disney pulled it out of theaters.
Really?
After releasing it.
That's crazy.
That's a conspiracy I heard. I had no idea it was about sex trafficking. I just read the name Sound of Freedom. And
I'm like, Sound of Freedom.
They didn't. In the thing I watched, which is real, it's Instagram. So we could be saying this right now. It could be complete and utter nonsense. But that's all I know.
Yeah.
Add on.
It has to do with child sex trafficking.
Okay.
In Colombia, and for some reason, there's like a lot of controversy around it. Like what I don't understand is how there's controversy around child sex trafficking. Like some people are saying that it's right-wing propaganda, which I don't know how. If it's strictly about like a cartel or like some type of child sex trafficking.
You just reminded me something, but continue. I don't know what one has to do with the other. Like people want to label things just to show one is like they want to make their side look better than the other one. It's not about sides in this specific situation. It's literally about a thing that's going on within the world that everyone knows happens, but it's pushed down very far.
It was released 4th of July, and it grossed $85.5 million.
$85 million?
Yeah.
What was the budget on that?
I have no idea.
You said Sound of Freedom?
Yeah, Sound of Freedom. It is it's crazy how there's so much stuff.
Not even that. It has good reviews. IMDb
people like it.
Has it at 88.2 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes had a 72.
Yeah. So
and Google has a 96.
So I was getting like advertisements like, oh, watch Sound of Freedom free now, and then it was saying, oh, the viewers of some viewers have been so kind that they feel that people need to watch this movie, and that they're paying for other people's tickets.
Dude, wild. The budget for the movie was 14.5, and they grossed 85 million.
They're making money.
That's wild.
Cool. So now SEC update with Ripples XRP's lawsuit.
They won, technically.
Ripple, not
the SEC. Not the Ripple
SEC.
won, one-ish, but they won.
Ripple has been declared to be
Itself not a security.
not
Ripple
a security.
itself is not security.
XRP.
XRP. Yeah. Okay. Yes. XRP itself, the token, the commodity, it's well, maybe not the commodity, but is not labeled as a security.
Well, if it's not a security, it's a commodity. No, those are the only two options.
Yeah. Yeah. As of now, I think they've said currency, but it's the only coin that does have, apart from Bitcoin, full clarity that it's not a security.
Mm-hmm.
They do have a lawsuit, a fine they do have to pay, because they did sell unregistered securities to institutions.
Mm-hmm. Unregistered securities? What did they
Yes.
sell?
They sold
XRP?
yeah, so their sale of it was an unregistered security.
Like
what they sold,
it was like an ICO.
it was an investment contract.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so that's where to institutions, meaning to any private entity or organization that they sold it to privately, and they had to do a holding period and all this. It was an investment contract. There was an idea that those people buying into Ripple or investing into or buying the token did know that Ripple is behind it. Mm-hmm. That there is a reason for it to assume
Correct.
that there will be gains.
Mm-hmm.
Is what really came out. However, any, I believe the word is programmable. If I'm not
programmable currency.
Is a specific word programmatic?
Programmatic.
Something like that.
And the judge uses a specific word with the ruling.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good because that sets precedence to a degree.
So what they mainly said was, if you bought XRP based off an exchange, secondhand like that, as me, retail investor, William did not know XRP was owned by Ripple originally until much later on. So they were saying is since majority of investors that bought Ripple didn't know bought XRP, and really there wasn't any expectation of funds going up or whatever, that's why they're not continuing it as an unregistered security or like that. They sold an investment vehicle. Mm-hmm. So that's why exchanges immediately after the case was ruled, Ripple was back on exchanges. Mm-hmm. They were allowed to sell. To continue, Ripple itself can't sell to invest to institutions as of right now. They have to sell it a very specific way.
Mm-hmm. What they have on their balance sheet,
what they own, they cannot sell. But they can, however, relist on exchanges. Well, exchanges can relist Ripple XRP.
Interesting.
So it's a win in the sense of it's not a security. That's a big win because now it means there's precedent for all the other tokens that were labeled unregistered securities in the lawsuits on the Coinbase lawsuit and the Binance lawsuit. All those that were listed, now each one of those can be investigated individually and can also not be labeled.
Yeah. So I remember talking about the FedNow thing a while ago. And that there's only 2 coins that were
at that time. There could be more now. We haven't checked.
Yeah, that time. Ripple XRP
was one of the only ones.
Was one of the only ones, but because of this SEC thing, there was like no real reason for them the banks wouldn't be able to touch them because if it's a security, it had like issues.
Yeah, now they technically can.
Mm-hmm. So I remember when the lawsuit first came out. This exact situation was what everyone was saying. That was like
this is the best. This is the case. This is the best case scenario.
Well, this is the best case scenario for XRP holders.
Correct.
But what like the aluminum foil hat people were saying was that what a coincidence that the SEC is starting a case against the one currency that could potentially be used for interbank communication.
Yeah.
Just to drive down the price or make sure people don't use it. and wait on that. Like,
and do what though? What's their gain from holding it down?
It allows more individuals. It will deter individuals from investing into it and making it harder because not anymore now. But it's already since the FedNow system has already been like getting pushed out.
Yeah, so it should be starting to be implemented.
It'll be easier for the institutional investors to be able to get into it.
No,
why not?
Because they cannot buy directly from Ripple.
But they can buy it on the marketplace now.
You're gonna drive the price up. You're not getting a steal. You're not getting it at a rate.
Correct, but at least the market didn't have 3 years of
of pushing volume.
Yeah, of volume changing.
You're right, but you got what you wanted. All holders now, even if they do buy it up, is gonna drive the price up.
Correct. Yeah, that's true. No, yeah, the market's still gonna act the way a market acts.
Yeah,
demand goes up, supply stays the same, price will go up.
So this is a big W for XRP holders and also Ripple, even though they do have to pay the lawsuit, the fines for selling it itself initially to be able for institutions to buy into it. Apart from that, though, it's good right now.
Mm-hmm.
This also pushes since the SEC just took an L essentially.
Mm-hmm.
They have appeals on what they can do now, which they probably will. But it also
appeal.
Or
the SEC could appeal
the ruling and go somewhere else, or take it higher or whatever. That's all speculatory at this point. I think there has to be things that have to be settled now, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But moving on from that is, we still have this Bitcoin spot ETF.
Mm-hmm.
That
you mean in the future? The potential one that's...
What do you mean?
The one that... the spot... The
spot
two times... The double...
What? No. The spot... No. Spot ETF. Meaning you're going to be buying Bitcoin at the spot price.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning if you invest into that spot ETF, they have to buy that amount of Bitcoin.
Uh-huh.
That ruling has to come now in a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, at least, before they can re-extend it or whatever. But that first ruling has to happen, which is BlackRock.
Mm-hmm.
This puts BlackRock in a position to maybe get it approved even better.
Because XRP has been declared as a...
Because this takes away their the only reason to hold back or push away from Bitcoin spot ETF was this ruling. Because then it caused investigation throughout the entire market. Having this clears up a bunch of other coins, kind of.
Yeah, I see.
And then it also adds precedent to, you need to make a decision on this. There is no, you can only push it so much, but a decision has to be made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it gets rid of some of the fog.
Yes.
So it's easier for people to be like, oh, okay, this is clearly going to be a security because it's a spot ETF.
Well, spot ETF itself, it's going to be a security that's sold by BlackRock.
Exactly. That's definitely going to be a security on something that's a commodity, Bitcoin, that's been already declared.
Yeah.
So
it's like a gold it's like a gold spot ETF.
It's
same
essentially
idea.
like gold, exactly, just digital.
100%, exactly. As president to have to give an answer.
Sooner.
Yes.
Rather than later.
And not just that, it also kind of puts Coinbase and both Binance in a winning position, or a possible winning position, because they're also being sued by the SEC. And it also makes the more so not Binance, the Coinbase case.
But the thing is, there's other coins involved in that.
They have to go one by one.
Yeah. So like Solana, but the issue with Solana is that it's just decentralization. So
it's all going to boil down to what is an investment. Where's the agreement that it is an investment, and where's the agreement that we're going to make money?
Mm-hmm.
Where can we prove that?
Mm-hmm.
It can take 2 years. It doesn't matter, but they're going to have to prove one by one.
Mm-hmm.
At least you got Coinbase. You have to prove one of them so that it can be.
Yeah,
it's going to be hard because now there's precedent for what it is and what it isn't, and all you're doing is adding more to the
because
fight.
The thing is, when you have one of these tokens, you could just buy something on the chain with those tokens.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be something for US dollars. Like, you don't have to switch it back. You don't have to expect to have more dollars after the fact.
Yeah, so it really depends on how it decides to go, because I think also ruled that it failed one of the prongs, and the prong that it failed was at least for just in general, was the potential of it going up in value, of there being a return for retail side. Because you have to be a certain level of educated to understand that it is connected, whatever. Retails don't know that or weren't fully aware of that, while institutions were when they bought into it. So that's where the thing's going to be.
Okay, so like the institutions knew that there's going to be
there's a
people working on this.
There's a company behind it that they're going to be pushing to make profit. The institution side knew that.
But
the majority of retail,
the retail investor just saw another coin,
another token
with their own like economy and
correct
market.
So it's gonna set to show all the other coins how they fall
in the future.
In the future, well, no, they're gonna have to be settled. And as of now, for the Binance, nothing's come out saying anything on the commingling of funds or whatever.
No big news with that
not
stuff.
as of yet.
I see.
That's a big W, but it also means that going to now the speculative side of this ETF, the spot ETF, if it goes down, it's gonna be a pump.
Yeah,
big pump. Not investment. This is not investment advice. These are just our thoughts.
Yeah, that's just like something that.
This is just what we're thinking. But it would safely assume that the price of Bitcoin after that
would likely go up.
Just because of the
dramatically, because of the fact that
the amount of money is going to jump into the market.
BlackRock's one of the biggest money managers in the world.
Yeah, and they're going to own it, a lot of it. If they take 1% of what they have or whatever, it's hundreds, if not true. It's going to at least be $1 trillion. The
thing is, they wouldn't be able to buy that much.
Yeah, they would. It'll cause the price to shoot up.
Oh yeah. Okay. What I'm saying is, at the current price, they wouldn't be able to buy that much Bitcoin because of the fact that the price would just shoot up immediately.
It doesn't matter. They would buy it.
Yeah, they buy whatever they can.
No. They would buy at that spot price. Remember, if $2 trillion go into that spot ETF, they have to buy $2 trillion worth of it, no matter if it skyrockets or not.
Don't sell your coins. That's something that I wouldn't be doing.
Yeah, but it would cause that to occur. This is getting finicky.
Yeah, this one's got the.
Already, it's been like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. I don't know why it got. I'm telling you, it's just warm in here.
Yeah, it is warm.
It's been 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it would cause the price.
Yeah, because
to untold numbers, because the supply won't sustain it, and it just has to go up.
Yeah.
I also said $2 trillion. I don't think
that's an insane amount of money. Yeah.
$2 trillion wouldn't go into it, for sure. But a couple hundred, easy.
100,000,
100 million. 100 million Bitcoin. It really depends how much money goes into the fund, but I'm sure it's gonna be.
It's gonna be easy.
Minimum 100 million.
Millions.
It's gonna be a couple 100 million easy. It's not that outrageous to think that.
It's not ridiculous.
That's less than 1% of their total asset, total valuation. It's not far fetched.
Yeah. And the fact that the thing is, I'm thinking right now of like Michael Saylor and MicroStrategies, how they have so much Bitcoin, but the thing is there's just not an ETF. That's just MicroStrategies' balance sheet. That's their savings account.
That's what they own. They just outright own it.
Yeah, they don't use it as some sort of investment, like a tool. Like you're not buying or trading Bitcoin whenever you buy MicroStrategies. Like
they just own that.
Yeah, they just own that on the balance. Spot ETF, you buy it at the price that the market's selling it.
Yes.
And then the institution has to buy Bitcoin. It has to make sure there's Bitcoin available.
No, it has to buy it.
It has to buy it.
Yeah, so typically the way they've done it, if I'm not mistaken, is if you're going to buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, you're going to put in that spot ETF, they have to buy it.
And if you sell it, they have to sell it?
Yeah.
Okay, they can't just front the money?
What do you mean?
Like, okay.
I don't know how that works.
I'm going to sell $100. I would think that BlackRock would just keep it
and cash them out. I'm sure they can. I don't know how that works. That's their legal background. I have no idea how that works. But I assume that's something they would try to do. Yeah. Just keep the asset.
Just keep the asset.
And then whoever buys more of it.
Sell at the price. Yeah. And then if they ever have inflow coming in higher than whatever they have on their balance sheet is when they would have to buy.
I think part of it is, though, it has to reflect the amount that they're required to hold. So, like...
Yeah, that's the thing. If it's a spot ETF, then they're required to have 1-to-1. Like I'm buying 10% of a Bitcoin.
I'm sure they can't keep. I'm sure they have to sell it.
They need to have 10% of a Bitcoin at least.
Yeah, if the person buys a full Bitcoin, they have to buy a full Bitcoin. If the person sells a full Bitcoin, I'm pretty sure they have to sell
because
a full Bitcoin.
The issue is, this institution says I have 1 Bitcoin, but they're not buying. They don't have 1 Bitcoin on the balance sheet, at least not on the blockchain. The blockchain shows that their wallet address does not have the 1 Bitcoin. So that's where the issue is.
No, that wouldn't happen in a spot ETF. They have to own it.
They have to open it. Yeah.
But I'm sure they have to sell it. It has to stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a spot ETF.
So the fact that this is a large institution getting into institutional money available to the masses.
Not just large, it's the largest.
Well.
And not just that, if this one gets approved, it adds to the other ones that have been denied to be relooked at and maybe get approved.
Yep. It'll open up a lot more cases, a lot more opportunities for...
It'll open up more Bitcoin
because
spot ETFs.
Once one gets accepted, the others are going to apply for it also.
Yeah, and the ones that have already reapplied and been denied are going to reapply.
And you said that when do they need to like have some type of like motion for
coming? If I'm not mistaken, it's coming this August. They have to have either more time added or they have to do some approval or decline it outright.
Okay.
It's one of those three: approve, decline, or push out.
There has to be some type of decision by the
sometime on August. I won't say exactly because I don't remember, and I'm not sure they have the date just like shown. But they have it within like a certain time period from when it's filed to give an answer,
like
some sort of answer, and they can push it out like 3 times. So I think the max they can push it out to like be approved. Like
there has to be a reason why they're pushing it out.
Yeah, which is for the most part I think it's just like we have to gather more information. Like that's the reason enough. But they can only do that for like a max of 200 something days.
Yeah,
before they have to give a no or a yes.
So they're. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't do that. Like
push it out?
Yeah, just push it out.
Yeah.
Give them more time to think about something, like strategize or
to either give a better reason to decline it or just have to approve it. The thing is, if they do approve it,
now, my question is, what does the SEC have to gain or lose from these decisions?
These Gary Gensler and everyone else is against crypto. The people who are against crypto just don't keep on pushing it.
Okay.
And they can just continue pushing either CBDC like they want or like continue working on digitizing the dollar or whatever. But they continue to work on that end. And then it goes from there, realistically. Which, at this rate, Gary Gensler might get fired.
He might get fired?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Losing his lawsuit.
Oh, like just not doing
So,
good.
like, at this point, he's firing shots. The company he could have won, which was Ripple, which was the smallest company he went after, and he didn't. He couldn't really win. He took somewhat of an L, and now you're going against the 2 biggest exchanges.
Yeah, what makes you think that
you're going to win? You're going to win against them?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be hard.
And not just win now. You have to prove one, but you have to prove it.
You have to have a decision that's without a doubt.
Yeah, and especially more, maybe Coinbase, they can prove one of them is security, and maybe the same goes for Binance. But then you also put CZ in the allegations and whatever you're attacking now him directly. Now you have to prove what he was doing was also illegal.
Yeah, I'm sure that
you fired if you fired blanks, and you get caught, there's gonna be issues here.
There's gonna be a whole legal war going on.
Yeah, for a while
between the SEC and these private institutions.
Oh yeah,
because I'm sure Coinbase and Binance are sharing a lot of information with each other.
I don't know about that.
I'm sure any information that they find beneficial to share with the opposite party is going to be shared.
Indirectly, for sure.
No, straight up directly.
No.
Their legal teams have to be in communication.
I don't know.
Now, obviously, there's going to be internal documents that they wouldn't want the other party to have for potential sabotage, because they are, at the end of the day, competitors. But they're also working in the same industry, and if that industry
dies,
then they both
lose.
Yeah. That's why I say any information that they find beneficial for the other party to have, they will be sharing.
I just know if you can share information like that if you're both getting sued. I don't know if you can. Like I said, I don't know.
Of course you can.
Okay. If you say so. I'm not gonna say no. I'm fine. I got no idea on that end.
Fair. That's very fair. Yeah, we're gonna have to stay in touch, stay up to date with that stuff. I have some pretty cool news.
What?
That Google Play Google Play, like the Google App Store, is allowing obviously
that
NFTs.
You changed that, I forgot.
Into their apps.
Yeah.
Which is like kind of like an opposite play of how Apple's been doing it.
What do you mean?
Apple's kind of against crypto.
Are they?
Yeah.
They've said that?
Indirectly.
How? I just want to know because I don't know.
So they don't like the monetization of things, like transactions being done where they cannot take a cut.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're affecting their pockets.
Yeah. And NFTs or a lot of crypto transactions are kind of fit that realm.
Okay. Okay, I see. Yeah, I see. But
because the transactions happen on an app that is provided by the App Store, but the transaction itself doesn't take
it happens
place.
off chain,
Yeah.
so you can't get a cut of it.
Exactly.
I mean, they would just work into the contract that you have to pay them an X percentage either way. You have to figure out how you're going to pay them.
Yeah, that's what they want. But for the most part, people could get around it, so then they don't want.
You're making it hard to get those apps on.
Yeah.
But okay, fair enough.
But yeah, Google Play just says, "Oh, we're gonna let NFTs be on the marketplace."
We'll have games that can be used.
Yeah, games. Yep.
I did hear that. It's gonna be interesting.
And North Carolina. This is a little bit later news.
What happened with North Carolina?
This was like almost 2 weeks old. Passes a bill directing the state treasury to study the process of buying and holding Bitcoin. So pretty much they want this treasury of North Carolina
to hold Bitcoin.
At least that's what it looks like they're going to.
Hey man, that's what you give when you tell states they can do whatever they want.
Freedom of small governments.
Small government, yeah.
And then there's something that I saw while I was out that was pretty interesting. Posted by Documenting Bitcoin.
Okay.
Now, this is pretty cool. But apparently Bitcoin can be stored as colors.
What?
Yeah. No, it literally says, that's like the first statement, and I just read that again.
Okay, explain.
And so developers have found a way to convert Bitcoin private keys or seed phrases into a sequence of colors linked to their hex codes. Imagine using a colorful painting on your wall as your secret encoded Bitcoin password. So you would have like your words. I'm just pretty much reading this the tweet. Abandoned, dizzy, doctor, dog, doll, clap, hat, whatever. Each of those words would put into the thing would generate a color number in hexadecimal. So abandoned would be hexadecimal DEA 183, which represents a color.
Okay.
7B, whatever. They have
each one represents
each
a color.
word will represent a color, and then just
you make the painting with those colors,
and you know it like
red, blank, red, yellow, green, purple, orange, violet equals my seed phrase. That's interesting. I'm not sure how it worked, but that's interesting.
Yeah, it just how useful, I don't know.
No idea.
But cool. So I was like, let me save this because this is fun and interesting stuff.
Fair enough.
See, I don't have boring news, William.
When did I ever say that?
Literally at the beginning of the podcast.
I apologize.
Literally at the beginning.
So tell us about your explosive shits.
What? This guy.
I'm just getting right into it.
This guy's like, let's get into it. I think I got a virus.
Tell people where you went.
While I was out.
Yeah, he was out for 2 weeks, guys. Everything was pre-recorded.
Family vacation. We went to Spain. At some point.
España.
We were eating and delicious dinner. We went to this restaurant called El Pimpi. Funny name. Learned what Pimpis are.
What are they?
They're messengers for the boat docks.
Okay.
Like whenever a boat would be reaching land, there'd be someone sending messages from the boats to the land, and they're called Pimpis. Whatever. So we had dinner there, and after that, it was downhill. It's not because of the food there. I don't think it had anything to do with the food there. I got major diarrhea, vomit. It was not fun. It was the worst I've ever felt.
Did you shit your pants?
Almost did not. No, I was more scared of vomiting and shitting the rest of the bathroom.
What?
Like,
what do you mean?
Like, I don't know. Like, I thought I was almost convinced that I was gonna like.
You're gonna vomit and you're gonna shit. And you're gonna explode.
Yeah, just straight up explode. Like I was wearing shorts, so I was like, if I.
Could you imagine that?
If I got diarrhea now, yeah, because it was not fun. It literally wasn't fun. Vomited I think it was 5 times.
Oh, you counted this.
Yeah.
5 in what time frame?
In less than 6 hours.
Okay, 1 an hour.
Yeah, pretty much. And diarrhea 2 times.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Wait a minute, it was horrible.
5 and 2, dog, in 6 hours. You're pretty good.
It was horrible.
That's not bad.
Take a sip, and then you get a little bit greedy with the sip of water.
That's your fault. You didn't learn your lesson. Why are you being greedy? That's because you're an American.
And then immediately go back into vomiting.
A sip of water. What would you vomit?
Water.
Like the sip?
Yeah. It was bad.
And you just kept on vomiting?
The thing is, it was like, it's kind of like a little bit more. It wasn't like, okay, so
you would have a sip, it would stay there. You'd be, and you take another sip, and it'll stay there.
And then I'd be like, I'm good.
You've taken 4 sips of water now.
And then that's when.
And then you're like, you take your 5th sip, and you're like, oh.
And then run to the bathroom. The first one was bad. The first one was bad because
the throw up or the
vomit. Yeah, the vomit was bad the first time.
You just had all that.
This is gonna get very graphic, like ridiculously graphic.
Okay.
I get back.
Everyone could cut out at this point. This is just for me.
Yeah, you could just leave. you could just leave.
We'll be back next week with something.
So you can fast forward towards the end of the episode and see which ones are recommended. But essentially, I'm laying down. I was like, oh, I feel bad. And I was like, tell them, I was like, I feel like I vomit. But whatever. Go to sleep. All fine. An hour later, I'm like, oh, I need to go now. But I'm like fat, like just
bloated. You feel disgusting.
The food there was really good. Like we actually,
you ate like a fat pig.
I actually ate
like a greedy pig.
Yeah, I consumed
like a little piglet.
And I went to the bathroom, and as soon as I opened the door, literally just coming out, and so I don't try making a mess all over the place. I kind of like hold my mouth for a little bit. Bad idea. I had vomit coming out of my nose. Like literally, like I think the only reason why I stopped having vomit coming out of my nose was because my nose literally got clogged
of vomit
with tomatoes and bread.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And then it had to come out of my mouth.
That's disgusting. That's nasty.
So I just like vomiting there on the toilet, literally a mess all over.
So it's like that one time we went to Tennessee and I vomited everywhere.
Yeah,
same thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much same thing.
Did you feel it in your not like in your
I
thing?
Okay, so yeah, when I stopped breathing out of my nose was when I felt it.
That's nasty.
And I felt like my stomach was about to come outside, like literally just go.
Ooh.
After that, I brushed my teeth, washed whatever. Not brushed my teeth.
Snotted it out.
Yeah. Cleaned everything.
And gunk.
I went back to bed. As the second
after you cleaned up the entire mess you made.
Yeah. Feeling horrible, by the way. It felt horrible the entire night. But I went back, I laid down, and as soon as I laid down, chunks started falling down out of my nose
nasty.
into the back of my throat.
And what did you do?
To get back up. And it's like,
and re-throw up a little bit.
Yeah, clear all that out. And I was like doing a whole bunch of stuff there trying to get that cleaned.
Okay.
Yeah. That was not fun. But thankfully it only lasted one day. 24 hours.
That's chilling.
For me, it was some type of virus that I got because a few days later, my sister had a similar issue. I think hers was a little bit worse though.
So he told me a number, and I had to ask him, like, are you being like for real, or is this like be like how us Cubans do? Are you over exaggerating? Yeah. How many times did she do it?
She vomited 10 times on the plane ride back, which is ridiculous.
I had to ask him, like, you mean like 10 for real? Like not being exaggerated? He goes, no, 10 actual times.
Yeah, I was like, my sister vomited 10 times, and he's like, wait, like actual, like actually? I was like, yeah, actually.
He goes, the CDC should have been waiting for her.
Yeah, I was like kind of worried. I literally thought that the CDC was gonna be waiting, like when we landed. I was like, bro, someone vomited 10 times on a plane.
Nah, you think they got something?
Yeah,
some killer virus. I would have quarantined everybody in that plane.
Yeah, so that was okay.
That's wild.
Yeah, but we survived.
So
24 hours later, she was fine.
Oh, so how was it? You liked the trip though?
Trip was good.
We're moving to Spain.
I'll visit.
Nah, you see, because I remember back in the day, you would be telling me that you want to move out, either New York, California, maybe Spain.
I gotta find a remote job.
This man. This is true. You gotta make US dollars.
I gotta make that USD.
All right.
USD or BTC.
So I'm gonna bring something up.
Just more so, I gotta make sure I keep at the very minimum my same salary.
So Alex brought me a gift from Spain, guys. I like socks. I'm a sock guy. This is my thing right here. He got me socks.
Very considerate.
Very considerate.
Of my favorite artist.
Of his favorite artist, apparently. I'm not judging him, right? I like socks. I love it. But Tell me, why did he get me socks? And he got everyone else he knows knives here.
I went to Toledo, and Toledo's known for selling knives.
So you went to a place that's known for selling knives, and you got me a pair of gift shop socks.
William, I saw the socks. I was like, I need to get these socks.
I just want you. You should be grateful.
I saw them.
I want to know I'm grateful.
Immediately, everyone else. Okay, look, everyone else's gift is like, oh, I need to get them a gift. I saw those socks, and immediately I was like, William.
I want you to know I am grateful you got me socks. I do feel offended though. You got everyone knives.
William, okay, the thing is, I thought you would be offended if I also got you a knife.
See what that is? He's offended because he thought he got me a knife. He'll be like, no, William would be mad. I got a knife.
Yeah, I thought you'd be mad because you're very macho, man. And I would be like, oh, you think I need a knife to defend myself?
Yes.
You
You
think the guns aren't enough?
No. It's dangerous in these streets. I do appreciate the socks. I'm not saying I am going to take these with me. I'm gonna take these with me. I want you to know that.
Thank you.
I'm gonna wear them in my trip.
Okay.
But I do want you to know, I would appreciate a knife too.
Okay, don't worry about it. I tried to bring back some ham. The Iberico, but I can't bring it into Miami.
Why?
They confiscate it.
In your bag?
Yeah.
In the check bag?
Yeah. Not the check bag, like any bag. Like they confiscate it in Miami. Because it's not allowed.
Why don't you let me know? I would have paid off the guy.
Be like, yo,
you should have told him I know where to do the boat.
I don't know, but like when I pulled up to customs, I was like, they're like, oh, do you have any ham? I was like, no. But then at the same time, they didn't check.
Then why did they confiscate it?
No, I just didn't bring it. Like I was told I was told I cannot bring it in. But then they asked her, do you have any jamon or vino? And I was like, no. They're like, okay. So if I said yes, they would have taken it. But at the same time, I don't know. Like I feel like I could have said no and still had it.
They brought me wine.
They brought you wine?
From Chile.
It's Chile.
It's different?
I think different countries have different.
Maybe. I'm just saying I got wine from another country.
Like you can't, like certain places you can't bring in certain things. The thing is, specifically with ham, I don't think it's like an agriculture thing. I think it's more so monetary.
Probably.
Like Iberico sells super expensive over here.
Probably.
So I feel like they just want to charge the tax for importing it.
Maybe.
I think that's what it is.
There should be a way.
I was gonna bring you Cinco Jota.
What's that?
5J Iberico ham, which is pata negra, I think. Like super expensive. Like
ham.
The ham thing, there's like $300.
Oh.
300 euros.
Okay, so like
$400. Yeah.
And you didn't bring it.
No.
Because you couldn't.
Yeah, because I was told I couldn't. They're gonna take it away as soon as you get there. I was like,
they probably would have. They would have seen it scan through your bag and been like,
no, this is on the. Buy it after you check your bag at the airport is when I was gonna buy it.
Oh, you should have definitely bought it.
That's what I was thinking.
They don't check your bag after the fact.
They don't. But whenever you get back to America,
they don't scan it again.
They don't scan it, but they ask.
Just say no, lie.
That's what I was gonna say, but then I was told, no, they have dogs that sniff that out.
I think they do have dogs.
Yeah, but I was like, are dogs sniffing for ham or are they sniffing for bombs?
It's ham. Trust me.
God damn it, these freaking people.
But I just don't remember.
I didn't see no dogs.
I don't remember seeing dogs when I came back.
I didn't see no dogs.
What's the worst that's gonna happen? They're gonna confiscate $300 ham. Okay, have it.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna eat it.
Yeah. You think?
Dogs. Honestly, you think they're gonna get rid of it? What do you think they do with confiscation? If they burn it, they should burn it. You think they're gonna burn it? You think they're gonna get rid of it? I wouldn't. If I worked there, I'd be like, this is stupid.
Yeah. It's crazy because restaurants over there, like high-end restaurants, charge $33 a plate for some slices of that ham. $33 a plate with the amount of ham that thing has.
It's a lot of ham.
Yeah. You're making good money.
Damn, son.
There's people in Spain, literally their entire career is just
making ham,
shaving.
Oh, ham. Shaving ham, like shaving skill.
Yeah, just.
But thank you for the socks.
You're welcome.
I
got to see Dolly.
A real one?
Yeah, a lot of it actually.
So you think you'd want one of his paintings in your room?
You know, William, that would be really cool. I would love to have. I would not be against buying myself an original dolly.
I'm gonna show you who does better gifts than you. Me. One day you're gonna just have a dolly in your room, like Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Birthday, for the next 10 years.
For the next 10 years.
We don't need it.
You're golden.
I don't need to give you anything for the next 10 years. Your future wife would never compete with me if I gave you a dolly.
An original dolly would absolutely be.
Who said it was gonna be original?
What?
Listen, if it's on the wall, place already hung, you're not gonna know unless you get it tested.
Unless you get it tested, get it.
Are you gonna get authenticated if I have it already hung up for you on the wall? No.
No, but
Exactly my point. As long as you believe it's real, it doesn't mean it matter.
If you do that, I'm gonna have to one up you.
Yeah, the difference is you're gonna give me something real and real expensive. Well, I did not.
No.
See how it works out?
Mm-hmm. Got any more crypto news?
No, I'm tapped out.
No. Okay. We're gonna watch that movie.
We are. I will try. I won't be here.
I don't know when you're gonna watch it.
I'll probably watch it Monday when I get back at some point, unless I fall asleep. Because I am also leaving now.
Yeah. He's gotta go make some. What is it? Travel plans? Travel arrangements?
Well, like, subscribe,
follow
us on Instagram, share,
comment.
People have been commenting. Have you been reading those comments? No,
I wasn't.
You weren't here. Read the comments. There's some of them talking trash.
Yeah, talking trash.
Yeah,
I love them. I'm gonna talk to them.
Wow.
Thank you guys for listening.
This will be out Thursday. Don't forget. Like, subscribe, follow,
share.
And
thank you for tuning in
to this episode
of your favorite crypto podcast.
Sometimes Crypto.
The Unscripted
Crypto Podcast.
Ew.
Ew.